Well, moving on to some exciting news here, which we already saw coming, but still exciting. Sue Bird was officially signed. She was super open to just coming back, surprisingly, for the veteran minimum, and did that so that the Storm can sign whoever they needed to hopefully have a successful season. Because again, like we said, it feels like championship or bust. So we're happy to have Birdie back, and we're happy that she's such a team player and took some less money than deserved, I guess, so that she could get some of her team members back on the team.
It's something to look at, though, considering the report that we got during the WNBA free agency show on ESPN. I mean, the report from Holly Rowe was that Bird was going to say, hey, go sign whoever you need to, whoever we can get. I will take whatever salary is left. And now that happened. That moment happened.
Right, she's officially signed.
There's like 2 to 3 roster spots still open. Whether that's going to come from the draft, with whatever picks we may have, or training camp deals, when we get closer to camp, I don't know. I am a little concerned about this. I know we talked about it a few weeks ago. Is this roster championship ready?
What would you say?
If we get Stewie for a full year in her Stewie form, and we get last year's Jewel Lloyd, Gabby Williams, continues to be a good defender and is able to hit from the 3-point line. I mean, that's a good start, but I was really hoping for another piece, a Tina Charles, somebody.
So you think the signing might have come too early, and it's
I was hoping to see other people.
Yeah.
It just seems like Phoenix uploaded on talent. I mean, we look at Phoenix. I'm sure they're a front runner. LA's got a good team. Liz Cambage, I don't think she ever considered Seattle, but she would have been, a nice big to have. It is a little concerning to me. I am interested to see, as I've mentioned, having that big three on its own is great, but knowing the talent Chicago brought everybody back.
They did.
And they added a former MVP, I believe it was Emma Messiman. When you have Candace Parker already, that's a big deal. So you've got Phoenix. LA has Asia Wilson, and I mean, it's
scary
Las
league
Vegas,
out there.
not LA. Sorry, Vegas. So it's like there's a lot of talent in this league. I think those teams right there are the contenders. I think Chicago has a good chance even to fight to continue to defend their title.
Are we putting too much pressure on our big three here then?
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. It's like, hey, here, we brought the band back together. Go take care of it. But it's like, again, we talked about with basketball. Every championship team or every good team, let alone championship team, has a good supporting cast. I mean, if we look at who's the best, I don't really follow the NBA that well, but who's the best team? And Phoenix.
Yeah,
Phoenix has a good bench.
Ends, yeah.
It's like you're gonna need that.
Mm-hmm.
I know with Vegas, when the Storm played Vegas in the 2020 finals, Vegas had a good bench. Kelsey Plum, I believe she won 6th Woman of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
As a point guard, I would like to see Kelsey Plum in Seattle at some point.
That would be nice. Speaking it into existence, hopefully.
But even on the Seattle side, both teams had good benches. I mean, you had Sammy Whitcomb, who was a spark plug off the bench, who you had to trade to the Liberty to get rid of some cap space. You had Natasha. I would love to have Natasha Howard back.
Mm-hmm.
There was talent up and down that, but Jordan Canada, who is now with the Sparks, was on that bench. I don't know. I can tell you right now, I don't know. Unless we see some big jumps, I like the gradual increases that we've seen from Mercedes Russell over the years, sure. To see Ezzy Magbagor is so young and has had, valuable minutes, sure. But I would have just I'm always, whether it's in scores or rosters, I always like to have that insurance to know, hey, you have that other big piece outside of your normal big pieces. They're going to give you a fighting chance.
That's what championship teams usually have, yeah.
Well, take the Rams, right? I admit it. I was like, you traded away all your picks. You're stupid. You got a title. How much does that mean? One title, though? Is it just we're cashing in for one and then we're bust?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see because every Super Bowl team loses valuable veterans. They always do. You know, the Seahawks making it to back was great. But after that, I mean, who's left from those teams? Russell Wilson and Bobby Wagner are left. From the entire roster. You know, Russell Wilson and Bobby Wagner are like your oldest tenured players now, which is wild to think about. So it's like every championship team is going to lose some. Chicago didn't really lose much.
No.
You know, so that's where I'm worried about is like, you get what I'm, you know, is like you were saying, I think what you said is really important. Are you putting too much pressure on the big three to be able to go and like go toe to toe with a Chicago, with a Phoenix, when you're already rivals with Phoenix? I mean, we look at who they've signed. They still got Diana Taurasi, who's still like year after year, like just like Sue Bird has hung around.
Signed Tina Charles.
Yeah, it's like, do you need her? Yeah, and she took a low deal for that.
She did.
Are you telling me that we couldn't? It's always interesting for me to see with these signings after the fact. Like, did we even offer? Because I know sometimes Pete Carroll will be like, "Oh, we were in the running."
But were we?
Yeah, it's like, did you put a deal in? Did you put an offer in? Or are you just saying that? Oh, we always look at everything. You know, so I don't know. I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
In that department.
More to look forward to as hopefully they continue to add to the team, like you said, in one way.